Hey everybody, welcome to GMG First Look. Today we're taking a look at Broken Truth, a GRIMDARK Future 2-player battle box, which was kindly sent as a complimentary preview by One Page Rules. And this is not a normal GMG review because this is not a finished product, but they wanted to send along a sneak peek for you guys to check out and for me to check out, as well as hopefully get to play some games with and play more One Page Rules. Now, I've played quite a bit of One Page Rules with Bob and my other friend Mike, who is a big OPR fan in the past. And of course, I'll probably play a lot more of it in the future. But it's cool to have some official One Page Rules armies and a look at this box set. So this box set came with 2 complete armies, the Saurian Starhost and the Robot Legion. A bunch of which, I think there was 13 models in here too, that were actually in the final production PVC material that OPR is gonna be like putting in this box set. The remaining miniatures were 3D printed from the same model range. It's already available right now on the OPR, I think Patreon, you can, or their various 3D printing sites, you can download it all. As well as the print material that's gonna be in this box and the terrain. So let's have a look. The box itself is not quite finished. The back art isn't finished, but this was the design for the actual like retail packaging. And the goal obviously with this box set was for OPR to be able to get into physical retail locations, sell a starter set, and market and appeal to people who don't have 3D printers, which I think is a cool proposition because as I own a 3D printer, but I'm not a huge 3D printing guy. I do like odds and ends for, indie games and stuff like that. I am the target market for this kind of thing. So it's really cool they were sending along a preview copy for me to check out. Now it did get shipped from Poland, so I assume that's where it's being printed. And it came with a bunch of information. So the first thing was just what's in this box, what is it meant to be? The prototype box is a copy of the master box. The master box is gonna have these 2 armies in it. All the miniatures were provided. And it includes several miniatures that are in the PVC resin, which I will do close-ups of for you guys to check out. I've already assembled everything, and I've got it on priming trays here, which is just a fancy way of saying I stuck it on cardboard in order for me to, oh God, I'm knocking things off, in order for me to get it all primed, which I will do in the near future so I can actually play some OPR with them. And it's a huge number of miniatures. So on the Robot Legion side, it is 3 units of 10, 2 units of 3, and then 2 big vehicles and 2 characters. So we're looking at 36, 40 miniatures on the one side, and then 3 more 10-man units, 2 characters, 4 characters, and 3 big guys on the the Starhost side. So 30, it's almost 80 miniatures basically in the box set. But wait, there's more. It also came packed with, and I should probably show the PVC ones. And the rest were in 3D print. So these were PVC. So the big gators, these guys right here, are in that PVC material and just needed to be glued to bases. The larger miniatures will come off base and have to be glued on. But the ones that were not are all on built-in bases. So these Saurians right here were glued to their bases, and you can see here the One Page Rules logo, and that they are pretty much the exact same print quality as the ones that are in resin. In fact, the ones that are in resin had a few like of the same sort of like print depth details. I couldn't really see any difference. Like this guy right here, I think has 4. Like they've done a little bit of like fine tuning. Like there's 4 spikes on the bottom of his gun versus 2 on this one, but that they're an identical pose. And I think I've actually bent these myself, sticking them underneath the other plate of guys. But the resin was really nice quality. And then again, the PVC itself is kind of spectacular quality. Like it's like a hard PVC, basically the higher end of current board game plastics. This seems like the same quality as, let's say, Steam Forged with their Epic Encounters plastics. So it was cool to get to see those 13 models. They also provided dice, because obviously you need a lot of 6-sided dice for playing OPR, and a set of the OPR tokens, which in the future it says are going to be on hard punch board. So the prototype demo box came with a 20-page quick start guide, a set of cardboard cutout terrain, packaged in a bag, which I'll show you in a second. The OPR core rules, 20 dice, a set of tokens, 2 6-inch rulers, and then cardboard with the black boxes, the demo. The final product will have the back art, obviously. We'll include more copies of each token, and then the cardboard cutout terrain will be on punch boards. extra designs will replace the duplicate card elements. And let's have a look at those real fast because they're pretty impressive. And I've already glued these together. I'll probably base them, but these are on like a 2mm MDF right now, like just glued to, the designs are. And they're interior, exterior colored, and they're really nice. They've given you trees. Again, there's some duplicates for the trees and stuff like that, but there's a full building. And I've built enough infinity buildings to know exactly how this works. There are a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of ruins, a large building, 4 pillars, and 4 trees. So like it's a really decent amount of terrain to, and I'll take some pictures of it, which I'll overlay obviously for you guys to get a better look at it. But a really decent amount of terrain. You get a quick reference sheet for all of the core OPR rules, which are free. And then you get this, Broken Truth, which is a quick start guide that takes you through 6 battles, guided tutorials on how to play the game. It is created by Gaetano Ferrara, stories by Robert McGinnis, and the game designs by Gaetano Ferrara, illustrations by Martin Cordoville, Francesco Fernandez, Brendan Gillum, Diego Lawrence, and Ricardo Rido. And it's from Portugal, which I did not know actually that OPR was from Portugal originally. You're getting your own background and stuff as they've expanded, obviously, the background for OPR, and a general story for what's going on in this section. OPR, of course, is real fast, and this is designed to, through the mission structure, teach you the basics of movement, then shooting, then combat, but it's all very simple. And in the back here, we have the army lists for the Saurian Star Host and the Robot Legions. No point values because obviously that's free with their army builder, but it's designed that these two forces are balanced against each other. So on each of these pages, you have exactly what you need to play the game. A Frog Mage, a Saurian Veteran, a Gecko Psychic, and then 10 Saurian Warriors with pistols, 10 Saurian Warriors with carbines, a Gecko Cohort, and 3 Gators. And finally, a Saurian Veteran on a Tyrannosaur. The Robot Legions get an Overseer, a Technomancer, 10 Goss Warriors, 10 Reaper Warriors, 10 Guardians, 3 Robot Snakes, a Forge Spider, and 3 Bot Swarms with a Tripod Walker as your vehicle. And then you get your special spells for casting, and yeah, finally like a what's next page. A recommendation of stuff to add, how to support them on Patreon, and ways to explore the universe. So there it is, man, a first look. It is so much stuff I think that they're planning to do in this box. And again, this is just a first look. This isn't a review because this is not the final product. When and if the final product becomes available, I'll check it out. But this is, and these 3 Snake Warriors I did not put on bases yet because there was 4 bases missing basically. It was 3 50 mil bases and a 40 mil base for one of the characters. So I just stuck them on here to prime. And I'll get some bases printed up because I'm pretty sure Bob has the OPR basing stuff that he can print up for me. So I can get these on the table. And then Bob and I can try it out, which will be super fun. Because I like OPR and it'll be fun to play with the official miniatures because I've just been repurposing obviously my 40K collection to play it for the last little while. Being able to play it with the stuff that they've designed for the game, I think will be a good time. So, again, it's not a review, but what do I think? Well, it depends on the price point. Obviously, it's a lot of stuff. It's really ambitious to put that much terrain in the box, but OPR doesn't require, it requires lots of D6s. If it's already based the way that it seems like they're planning on doing it with this this Saurian cohort, or like with super minimal assembly, it's gonna pass the Christmas morning test really well. And if it's aggressively priced, I think that's the key because this is a lot more miniatures, and the fact that you're just basically priming and painting if you want to paint it, or just putting it on the table and playing, this puts it in a category with like the A Song of Ice and Fire miniature game, where the on-ramp's really wide to people trying it out. So yeah, it says it's coming to Game Found soon. Obviously with the world's economics being the way it is, I don't know exactly what soon means, but look for it in the near future. And if you're an OPR fan and you got a 3D printer, you can go print all this stuff right now, obviously, and play it right away. But if you were trying, I think the goal with this is, and this is maybe my one editorial that I will make on it, if you were a 3D printing fan and you want to play OPR, but you were struggling to get your friends who are like more traditional tabletop hobbyists to go play it because of the wall of the 3D printer and you were doing a lot of legwork trying to make it happen, this kind of box, I think, opens up a big bridge between the two Venn diagrams of people who are 3D printing enthusiasts and who are just like tabletop wargamers, because it makes it a lot simpler, I think, for those two things to like overlap. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for OPR sending this along. If you guys are checking out this first look, thanks, Alan Ash.